Retired Army Major General William Enyart joins us. General, are the Russians using the humanitarian crisis now as a weapon in their effort to take over all of Ukraine?
Well, I think they certainly are. By cutting off the Black Sea, really the Russians are accomplishing two things. One is that they're eliminating any imports, but even more important for Ukraine's long-term future is they're cutting off exports. Ukraine is the breadbasket, has been known for centuries as the breadbasket of Europe. And with that, by cutting off those exports, it cuts off a huge amount of income to Ukraine, and it further triggers a problem worldwide. It's not just for Ukraine, but those exports go to countries like Egypt. Prices could well skyrocket, which will cause instability in the Middle East and other nations that are reliant on those wheat exports.
Right, and as you look at that map we just had up of southern Ukraine, you see the city of Odessa, a major port and virtually the last major city on the Black Sea that still is in Ukrainian control. They don't have to lay siege to that city if they have a naval blockade, because that city is so dependent on trade in the Black Sea, as you point out. So now let's turn to Kyiv, hunkering down for a battle. Today, the Pentagon says Russia is creeping forward, but still, remarkably, Russian forces stalled in their drive to take more territory. What does this tell you about the Russian war machine and the chances the Ukrainians can ultimately continue this improbable battle and hold them off?
Well, I think it tells us three things. Number one, the Russians don't have enough troops in order to really take Kyiv. If they started out with 200,000 troops, and they certainly didn't have that many in Belarus and in the northern area where they would need to come down onto Kyiv. But we're talking about a city of 3 million people. You can't capture a city of 3 million people with something less than 200,000 troops. So that's one aspect. The second aspect is they're having tremendous logistic problems. You've got to feed and arm those soldiers. And if you can't feed, arm, and care for them medically when they're injured and wounded, you've got a very real problem. And that's the second problem that the Russians have. The third thing that we need to consider is the terrific fight that the Ukrainians are putting up. And as long as we can keep them supplied with materiel, that's the weapons and the medical supplies and the food that they need to fight, they're going to stay in the fight.
Right. There was another general who had problems in that area of the world. It was Napoleon, who said an army marches on its stomach. So if you can stop the Russian army from getting those provisions, you're doing something good there. But you're mentioning these shipments of arms from the U.S. and allies. The Russians appear to be going after those shipments of those U.S. arms coming into Ukraine, and their bombing of that base in western Ukraine near the Polish border. What can or should the U.S. do, allies do, to stop that from happening?
Well, first of all, I think that Yavoriv, the Russians, Putin is sending us a message there. It's within 12 miles, 13 miles of Poland. And number two, that has been where we have largely trained the Ukrainian army for the last 3 decades. The Florida National Guard was just pulled out of there within the last month or so. The 33rd Brigade Combat Team out of Illinois, the Illinois Army National Guard, just came back from a 6-month deployment there, where they were training the Ukrainian army. So by striking that military base, Putin is sending a twofold message to the U.S. and to Poland.
Interesting, fascinating story as this continues to unfold here. Thank you, retired Army Major General William Enyart. Thanks again.
Thank you for watching. Click the red subscribe button below so you can get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.